just have to really quickly intervene and say, the Taxi Workers Alliance, we have a lot of Egyptian members. And last week we were at the airport doing outreach, and we were saying, we need Egypt here, and we actually had a lot of Egyptian members say, we also need Wisconsin here. That's a true story.
Everybody knows about Ian's Pizza. It should be noted that the union that represents Suez Canal workers ordered a pizza for the students at the Capitol.
Yes. Well, we've actually already heard about our next speaker from two of the previous speakers. Ben Mansky is a Wisconsin attorney and pro-democracy advocate. He's the executive director of Liberty Tree, a national strategy center dedicated to building a democracy movement for the USA. He also is a member of the executive committee of Move to Amend, co-founder of the Green Business Network, PosiPair.com, past co-chair of the Green Party of the US, a member of the sociology faculty at Madison College, and an associate fellow with the Institute for Policy Studies. And it bears repeating, as Sarah mentioned earlier, Ben also ran for the state assembly as a Green, and he had the highest showing for a third-party candidate since 1944. Ben Mansky.
How are y'all feeling right now? Good. Pretty good. So I want to start off with 6 demands. Just give you a sense of where some of us here are coming from. First of all, we demand that our state government, the state of Wisconsin, must fully guarantee a fully funded public sector, including education, healthcare, human services, transportation, public safety, and vital regulatory agencies. We demand taxes on large corporations and wealthy individuals that they should be returned to a reasonable level, like when I was born, 1974. We demand that the state respect the rights of workers to organize and bargain collectively. We demand that the initial budget priorities, before anything gets written up on paper, must be established through public participation instead of through closed-door meetings between public officials and special interest lobbyists. We demand the expansion of voting rights. They should not be limited. We've got to expand them to ensure that every Wisconsinite can take part in our democracy. And we believe that Wisconsin deserves a government of, by, and for the people, not the corporate elites. Corporations have no constitutional rights. They may not buy our elections. They may not buy our government. That doesn't sound like a narrow focus on collective bargaining to me. And those are the collective demands of the Wisconsin way. I think it's important to recognize that on that day, I believe it was the 11th of February, when the governor unloaded this attack on public sector unions, and Sarah and I both teach at our community college in Madison, at Madison College. We are proud members of the American Federation of Teachers. That there was already a movement that was afoot. These principles had already been agreed to by over 100 labor, farm, community, student leaders around the state of Wisconsin, and we were already preparing. So I want to, first of all, encourage those of you from outside of the state of Wisconsin to take a look at the website at wisconsinway.org, where we're working to build this popular movement, to recognize that organized labor is the backbone of any popular movement, but that what really is happening in Wisconsin is truly a popular movement, whether the media or whether some folks in leadership recognize it as such or not. The reality is that young people in particular, people who are not yet members of unions, who hope to be members of unions someday, they have been at the forefront of this movement from day one, whether they were 12 years old in middle schools or high school students or folks at the community and community colleges and public universities. This is a movement that's much broader than organized labor. In terms of the future of this movement, I think that we need to recognize